Star Wars has just been changed forever. Star Wars Rebels has really put its mark on Star Wars. Its importance is now massive. It's not just telling the backstory of the rebellion anymore. This is opening up a lot of opportunities, and I think a lot of people are probably quite worried about this. As you could tell from the title, Star Wars Rebels has now introduced time travel into the Star Wars universe. Now, for those of you who don't watch Rebels, I'm going to quickly now explain how it's working. It's not like a Back to the Future, let's just hop in the DeLorean and time travel. It's a little different to that, and I do think it will play a part in the Star Wars universe, but I don't think it will destroy it. In the episode A World Between Worlds, Ezra goes to this place that for now we're just going to call the World Between Worlds, which basically has all of these doors and gates, and seemingly they lead to a moment in time where the Force was strong. So two of the places or things that we saw were Ahsoka going against Vader and Kanan sacrificing himself. So basically these two moments were on planets that were strong with the Force, being Malachor and Lothal, and there were big moments in the Force. In this place, Ezra heard some voices from all around the Star Wars galaxy from all different times. He heard it from the Clone Wars, from the prequels, from the original trilogy, from the sequel trilogy, just from everywhere. Star Wars Explained made an excellent video that showed all of the voices and revealed what all of them were, so I'll leave a link to that in the description so you can go watch that and see what all the voices were. And I do believe that pretty much all of these moments are moments where the Force was strong. The place is very infused with the Force, I think, and I think that it's extremely connected to it and moments in time. But these gates are actual doors, they're not just windows, because at one point Ezra is watching the fight between Vader and Ahsoka, and Ezra goes into the door, grabs Ahsoka, and pulls her out, which saves her. Now, here's what's really interesting and kind of trippy. He pulls her out of the Season 2 area. Just remember, this is the end of Season 4 now, and when that battle took place, it was the end of Season 2. So Ezra went to the timeline of Season 2, which is 2 years before Season 4, pulled Ahsoka out, pulling her into the current timeline of Season 4, and at the end of the episode where they're running away from the Emperor, she runs back into the timeline of Season 2, which means there was this one shot at the end of Season 2 where we saw Ahsoka walking into a door. That was actually her after being saved by Ezra, going through the World of Worlds, and now she's back there, which means she's probably been stuck on Malachor or something similar from the time of the end of Season 2 all the way now to Season 4. I know that's really hard to explain, it's really difficult to explain, but I hope most of you kind of got that. We haven't really been revealed as to many logistics of this. It doesn't really seem like it's an alternate universe type of thing, even though that this does open to that sort of thing, where we can see alternate endings and alternate versions of the stories we love. But as of right now, it seems that this part of Star Wars is actually a moment where you can travel to a moment that happened and make it not happen. The weird part is, in canon, someone might have already done this before. You see, 2 years ago when Star Wars Rebels Season 2 came out and that finale happened, we saw Ahsoka at the very end, or we at least saw a glimpse of her, or a hint of her. And now it's been revealed that it was actually time travel that saved her. So it's not that we ever saw the death of Ahsoka and then it was reversed, but all along the time travel has been a part of this canon. And I just want to remind you guys, time travel is now canon. In the Star Wars movies, in the shows, in the comics, it's now canon. Now, what could ruin this whole idea, because I'm actually quite into it, what could ruin it is the accessibility. With this, it was a very specific moment. Ezra had to go through this temple, and he was only able to save Ahsoka because it didn't really have any butterfly effect into any further things. If he saved Kanan, then he would have ended up killing him and the rest of his friends. So it was kind of this weird thing where it was very situational. I don't know if we will see this place again in this way. I do think we'll have to see it again because this is a massive part of Star Wars, but I don't know if we'll see it in a way of saving dead characters. But once again, Ahsoka was never dead because she was saved. Everything that we've seen happen can't be changed by this time travel, because we would have seen it happen. God, this is hard to explain. We would have seen them being saved in the first place, because this is a fluid time travel system, I guess. We're not going to see anything be reversed because we would have seen it the correct way the first time. I'm sorry, this stuff's really weird and trippy and super hard to explain. Now, we don't fully understand what this place can really do, but what I do think it will be able to do is kind of give a window to an alternate universe, meaning we could see a version of A New Hope where the Death Star wasn't destroyed and see what happens there, or maybe we could see, I don't know, a version of the Clone Wars where the Separatists win. There are so many different opportunities and so many different stories we can see. People surviving, people dying. This little changes that we could then see an anthology film made about. We could see just heaps of battles that never would happen in the canon, or just random and really cool things. Like, what if we saw a version of The Last Jedi where Luke was willing to help, Luke was his old self, or Kylo never turned to the dark side? See, these things that people complain about, we could still now see those stories, they just won't be the canon. And you can have your own headcanon where one of these stories is in the real canon. The only big problem with this is that it wouldn't really make sense for marketing. The wide public really wouldn't be able to get their head around it, I think at least. It'd be really hard to market the fact that this is an alternate Star Wars story, and that this isn't canon. Most people don't really get the whole idea of the canon, except for Star Wars fans. For most people, the canon are just the movies, and if we start making movies that aren't canon, then people are going to be really confused. What do you guys think about the introduction of time travel into Star Wars? Leave your comments down below. I'll try to read and respond to as many as I can. Hit that like button if you want to see more content like this, and hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date with all the new Star Wars news videos. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great day.